What do you consider an ugly car? Some people only criticize a few small details, but some machines truly make the world cringe. In this video, we'll explore 10 vehicles labeled as design disasters to see if you agree that these are the ugliest cars ever made. Number 1. Johammer J1 electric motorcycle. Electric two-wheelers are usually designed to be sleek and compact, but the Johammer J1 took a different path, one that's hard to swallow. From the front, it looks exactly like a giant snail crawling onto the street. The rounded body, high handlebars, and bulging side panels make it look like something out of a cartoon. At a weight of over 400 pounds, the bike still reaches a top speed of 75 miles per hour, and the premium version can travel up to 125 miles on a single charge. However, the most shocking thing for many people isn't the performance but the price, nearly $30,000 on par with a new car. Those who appreciate the eccentric consider it a mobile work of art. But for most, the Johammer J1 is nothing more than an expensive joke proof that different doesn't necessarily mean beautiful. Number 2. Sincar's R1. Launched from Bulgaria, the Sincar's R1 was a sports car advertised as high performance. It sounds impressive, but its exterior makes many people think it's a quickly assembled plastic model kit. The angular body and easily faded paint make it look like a cheap toy left out in the sun for too long. What's even stranger is that the company sold it as a modular car. You could buy individual parts from the chassis to the seats to the entire body and assemble it yourself. This idea sounds more like buying an IKEA cabinet than a supercar. But despite its uniqueness, the R1 didn't attract many customers. Sluggish sales and a weak brand image combined with its reputation as the ugliest supercar made it a prime example. Just because you label something as a sports car doesn't mean it will be beautiful. Number 3. Fiat Multipla. From 1998 to 2010. If there was a ranking for the ugliest family car in history, the Fiat Multipla would definitely be on it. This MPV was short and compact, seating up to 3 people in the front and 3 in the back. But what made it a laughingstock was its bizarre front end. The headlights were split into 2 levels, making it look like a scowling alien. In the international market, the Multipla sold extremely slowly and was relentlessly mocked by the media. However, in Italy, where it was born, the public accepted it. Fiat marketed it as a practical, spacious, and fuel-efficient car. But despite its practicality, the overly weird shape made the Multipla a living meme among car enthusiasts. Years later, it's still seen as perfect proof that function can't save bad aesthetics. Number 4. Nissan Pivo 2007 concept. In 2007, Nissan introduced the Pivo 2 concept, a tiny electric car that looked like it rolled right out of a comic book. With a round body and 4 wheels that bulged out like a remote-controlled toy, its most unusual feature was the cabin, which could rotate 360 degrees. This allowed the driver to move forward or backward without turning the car around, and even to swivel sideways for tight parking spots. The wheels could also turn 90 degrees, making parallel parking a breeze. The technology was impressive, but the design looked exactly like a colorful plastic ball. Nissan even added an AI system that could hold a conversation in Japanese or English like talking to a robotic pet. Many considered it an interesting experiment, but others argued that the Pivo 2 was clear evidence that the more cute a car is, the harder it is to take it seriously as a real vehicle. Number 5. Stout Scarab, 1930s. Before the concepts of MPVs or minivans were common, the Stout Scarab appeared in the 1930s with the ambition of being the family car of the future. From the outside, it looked like a giant metal beetle with a tapered body, a blunt front, and a bulging rear that made everyone who saw it laugh. The interior, however, was very comfortable, seating for 6, a small table and seats that could turn into a bed. The car used a rear-mounted Ford 5.8 engine and had a top speed of about 50 miles per hour, which was sufficient for the time. However, only 9 were produced, each priced at about $5,000, equivalent to over $100,000 today. Despite its rarity and status as the progenitor of the modern minivan, the Scarab was still labeled as uniquely ugly. Collectors hunt for it, but the public remembers it only as a design nightmare. Number 6. Piasecki H-21 Flying Banana. In the 1950s, the U.S. introduced the Piasecki H-21, a rescue helicopter, nicknamed the Flying Banana. The reason is simple. Its fuselage curved downward in the middle and upturned at both ends like a giant flying banana. This bizarre design was not a joke. It was to prevent the rotors from colliding. The H-21 could operate in temperatures of negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit, reach a top speed of about 127 miles per hour, and fly for over 250 miles continuously. In many Arctic and rescue missions, it proved its superior capabilities and was even equipped with defensive machine guns. But despite its excellent functionality, the H-21's appearance was always controversial. Aviation lovers called it a bold symbol of early engineering. Others only remember it as a heavy-flying banana, hard to consider beautiful. With a nickname like that, it's hard for the H-21 to make the good-looking list. Number 7. Chevrolet SSR from 2003 to 2006. Chevrolet is known for its powerful trucks, but the SSR became a hard-to-forget blemish. The SSR was a hybrid of a classic truck, a sports convertible, and a retro car. The company called it a super sport roadster, which sounded appealing, but when people saw it, many didn't know which category to put it in. The front end was inspired by 1940s trucks. The body was plump like a cartoon car, and the back featured an electric retractable hardtop. The V8 engine helped the car go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.7 seconds, so it wasn't weak. But its high price and odd appearance meant fewer than 9,000 units were sold. Many jokingly say the SSR is living proof that when you try to combine every style, the result can be a design disaster that no one wants to keep for long. Number 8. Nissan S-Cargo from 1989 to 1991. When you hear the name S-Cargo, you immediately think of escargot, the French word for snail. And that's exactly right. Nissan created a car that looks like a giant snail on wheels. Limited to just 8,000 units, this compact car was designed to be a unique commercial van. But unique isn't always a compliment. With a 1.5L engine and a 3-speed automatic transmission, the S-Cargo was decent for city driving, but its plump, high-roofed hunchback shape made onlookers laugh. The interior was just as strange, with a layout like a toy car. Despite some retro charm, the S-Cargo was quickly abandoned by the market and only sold in Japan. Today, the car is a rare collector's item, but in the eyes of the majority, it remains one of the most bizarre four-wheeled snails ever to hit the road. Number 9. Airbus Beluga, a 300-600 ST. If you've ever seen a giant white whale flying in the sky, it was likely an Airbus Beluga. Based on the Airbus A300 frame, this transport aircraft was designed to carry oversized aircraft components between factories. To have a massive cargo bay, the Beluga had to sacrifice aesthetics. Its fuselage bulges out, and its rounded forehead makes it look exactly like a beluga whale swimming through the clouds. Its functionality is beyond reproach. It can carry up to 47 tons of cargo, fly for over 1,500 miles, and plays a crucial role in the global supply chain. But its overly cute appearance has made the Beluga a meme in online communities. Some people love its endearing look, but others call it the ugliest plane ever to take off. Number 10. Kamov Ka-26 from 1968 to 1985. In a list of bizarre helicopters, it's hard to ignore the Soviet Kamov Ka-26. Produced with over 800 units, the Ka-26 stands out for its unique coaxial rotor structure, which eliminates the traditional tail rotor. A detachable pod is mounted on the rear of the fuselage, which can be replaced with a rescue medical cabin, a crop-spraying tank, or a cargo container. In terms of functionality, the Ka-26 is extremely versatile, a top speed of 110 miles per hour, a range of 250 miles, and the ability to land directly on a truck bed. This capability made it extremely useful in agriculture and rescue operations. But in terms of aesthetics, the Ka-26 is a flying nightmare with a boxy body and a rear compartment that looks like a container glued to the helicopter's frame. Although practical and well-loved in the industry, the Ka-26 is still seen as a clear example of a paradox: superb efficiency, but an indescribably ugly appearance. Ugly or beautiful, it's all in the eye of the beholder. But these 10 vehicles have left an indelible mark on the history of transportation. Which one do you think is the biggest disaster? Leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover more bizarre vehicle stories.